Hello YouTube! Flashlight Enthusiast here, and today I'd like to show you the newest headlamp from Skilhunt, the H300. This is their way up in the headlamp world because not only did they increase the lumens, but they also improved the stabilization of the output. So you've got the 2500 lumens for your regular reflector version, and for the optic version this is a little bit less, but 2200 lumens, so still pretty good. Looking at the box here, we can clearly see that this Skilhunt marketing is improving also. So we've got nice applications here, some key characteristics of this flashlight, and as you can see here, high efficient constant current driver, no PWM, very nice. Okay, so I got this one from a friend for testing. He was actually interesting whether this flashlight first of all has output stabilization, and second thing, can it compete with the well-known Wizard headlamps or zebra lights. Okay, so let's check it out. Okay, so let's open this box and see what we've got included in the package. So here it is. Well, weird. Okay, so let's just slide it up. Okay, we've got a nice flashlight. This is actually very light when you take it to your hand. Overall design is very nice. Okay, I like it. Good. And let's see what else does the Skilhunt include. So we've got good quality wrist lanyard, okay, with Skilhunt logo. We've got the head strap, again Skilhunt logo. I don't know if it's very comfortable, but we've got some silicone inserts here, quite stretchy. Similar to Armitex, I believe, but one thing that is a drawback for me is that you have to actually assemble it yourself. Okay, does not come assembled from the package. You have to adjust it and loop it through the mount here. So yeah, a little bit advanced operation here. We've got a pocket clip, as you may notice. So yes, Skilhunt also encourage you to use it as a angle light, EDC, not only headlamp. Okay, so we've got the lanyard and the clip for the EDC option. And last but not least, we've got the magnetic charging cable. This is obviously proprietary design, USB from one side and magnetic port from the other. You can stick it right to the flashlight on the head here. So yeah, proven design. And here also we've got some double O-ring replacement and the insert, I believe, to replace the magnet. Okay, and obviously the manual. Alright, coming back to the flashlight itself, this is really nice and neat design. Look at this one. Taking it to the hand, it's extremely lightweight, even comparing to the Wizard. Obviously this is not the zebra light category, but very compact and lightweight. So comparing the size wise to the Wizard C2 Pro, as you can see, a little bit more compact, and also the optics is slightly larger, so bear this in mind. Comparing to the Wizard C2 WR, as you can see, the difference is not that impressive, but on the other hand, here only 1000 lumens, so we should definitely compare this one to the Wizard C2 Pro. Okay, so looking at this, we've got nice sturdy knurling here, quite anti-slip design, but nothing crazy, nothing sharp, so pretty pleasant to hold in your hand. Definitely will not tear your pockets, so very nice. We've got a lanyard attachment here, as you can see. We also have a magnet here. Here, as you can see, the flashlight can hold vertically, but horizontally also can sustain its position. So magnet is weak but strong enough to actually hold the flashlight even horizontally, so very good. Looking here, we've got rubber black button. Looks quite cheap, I'm afraid, but that's only my opinion. And the cooling fins are massive, and as you can see, look really good in my opinion. It should help dissipate the heat if any occurs here. As you can see, it attaches directly to the MCPCB board here, so I suspect the cooling should be good on this one. And magnetic charging port here, obviously, and some engravings on the side of the head. The charging is really fast and convenient via the magnetic charging port here. I measured around 1.75 amps, and after only 2 hours and 39 minutes the battery was fully charged, indicating by the blue indicator that the charging has been finished. That's good. Okay, so let me show you how it looks inside. So everything works smooth here. We've got good looking gold-plated spring, quite thick, looking really good. Okay, here are the threads. So these are actually square but quite thin, and the o-ring is well greased as well as threads, so pretty good job here. I used the Sanyo GA for the test here. A nice touch from Skilhunt is that you've got the marking which way the battery should go. So very nice. I think some users might appreciate that. Okay, so let's put the battery and show you the UI. Okay, so UI is pretty straightforward. Actually, as you can see, every time you insert the battery, you will get blinks under the switch. Two red LEDs will show you the battery status. So we've got 4 scales, so 1 blink, 2 blinks, 3 blinks, or 4 blinks. Each indicates another 25% of battery power, so we've got 4 blinks there, so between 75 and 100% of power, which is sufficient. Okay, so pretty straightforward. 1 click for on, 1 click for off, and here we've got some loops similar to Wizard actually, or Zipperlight. So whenever you are in the certain group, 1 click activates the main group, so medium 1, medium 2 and high. You cycle through them by holding the switch. So this is medium 1, medium 2 and high, and keep holding, and it cycles between those 3 modes. If you like to go into the moonlight mode group, then you have to hold the switch from off, and then you cycle through 2 moonlight modes but holding the side switch. So as you can see, we've got brighter and lower intensity moonlight mode, and then we also got the turbo mode group, so double click from off and then hold the switch to cycle between turbo 1 and turbo 2. 1 click for off, and then when you click once again, you go into the main group. Okay, so every mode group has its shortcut from off. And then obviously you've got also the strobe mode group, so 3 clicks from off, 1, 2, 3, and then double click to cycle between the modes in those group. So here we've got the strobe mode, SOS, and the third one is some beacon, quite slow and intense, and then double click again for strobe mode. Okay, 1 click for off. And interesting fact is it actually also uses the LEDs under the switch as a flashlight indicator. You have to lock out the flashlight first, so click 4 times from off, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the flashlight is locked, as you can see, and then double tap to either turn off right now the indicator, or double click again to turn the indicator on. As you can see, we've got nice LEDs under the switch indicating where the flashlight is. Double tap to turn off this function. 4 clicks, 1, 2, 3, 4 to exit the lockout mode into the low mode. Okay, so don't worry, it won't blind you in the turbo mode. So very nice and well thought UI in my opinion. We've got lots of shortcuts. The UI is grouped into logical lumen levels, so very nice in my opinion. Good job here, Skilhunt. So you may ask, flashlight enthusiast, how much light do we sacrifice by choosing neutral or white version and optics? I would say 400 lumens. So with my lumen tube, I measured around 2110 lumens at startup. So comparing to 2500 lumens, we've got a loss of around 400 lumens, which is still unnoticeable by your eyes, so don't worry about it. Let's go to the runtime graphs real quick, and I will show you what I have a problem with this flashlight, okay? So, the first is the Turbo 1, which is the highest mode. Weird name, but let's leave that. So I measured 2110 lumens at the start point, and then, as you can see, the step down occurs very soon. After only 12 seconds, the flashlight stopped holding the steady brightness of turbo mode and started to decrease the brightness over the next 40 seconds. So after 52 seconds, we've got only 500 lumens, which in my view, as far as I'm concerned, this is not an ANSI NEMA lumen standard, so it should be around 2000 lumens after 30 seconds, and if you count that in specifications you've got 1 minute of turbo, it shouldn't be like high mode after 52 seconds, alright? And I checked it a couple of times. This my sample behaves in that way every time, so it looks like a timed step down rather than temperature step down, especially that the flashlight did not achieve more than 40 degrees after decreasing the output of turbo. So when you take it in your, it is warm at most and never get hot, which might be good for somebody, but for me as an enthusiast, it is decreasing the potential of this flashlight. And as you can see, here I have to congratulate the Skilhunt, because look at the stabilization level. It is perfectly flat, very good regulation, around 510 lumens for 1 hour and 30 minutes. This is an excellent result, so here I'm pretty satisfied. Next is the Turbo 2 mode, which here I measured 1190 lumens at start point. Here, as you can see, we've got step down after precisely 2 minutes and 58 seconds. So again, this is a timed step down occurring a couple of times in my tests. So definitely not a thermal one, which is a shame, but rather a timed. So here, after 12 seconds, we've got around 600 lumens, which is weird because, well, it should be around 500. But in every mode I got different results in terms of sustainable step down output. So here we've got 572 lumens for about 1 hour and 30 minutes. And then as you can see, we've got another step down, then another step down to further increase the runtime. But why not sustain the level of 572 lumens for a little bit longer if the driver can do so? Well, it is as it is. And now the high mode here is around 429 lumens, which is again different from what flashlight can sustain for longer time, which is a little bit weird. 415 lumens for around 2 hours and 30 minutes, and then again 258 lumens after the step down to further increase the runtime for another hour. Something what I would like to see here is definitely a flat regulation to the end of the battery rather than stepping down to further increase the runtime, but maybe Skilhunt decided that this algorithm would be more user-friendly. I don't know. Okay guys, so as you could see, there are some controversy on the runtime graphs, at least in my opinion, so please bear in mind that it might be just my sample, but it also might be the rule. Nevertheless, I really appreciate that Skilhunt managed to get a flat regulation, so very nice result here. Let's go to the forest and show you some beam shots. Okay, this is the standard mode, low, medium, high, Turbo 2 and Turbo 1. As you can see, nice diffused beam. Stepping up quickly, but in that split second that you still have Turbo 1 output, it illuminates everything nicely. Look at this. Very nice light distribution, I guess. Neutral white tint. So now if yeah, the step down was huge. So now when I hold the switch, it goes to the Turbo 2 and hold again Turbo 1. Because of the temperature, it cannot be reset. As you may see, the brightness increase is minimal. That's pity. Okay, summing up, this is quite interesting flashlight, but if you asked me honestly if I would choose the Skilhunt H300 over the well-known, the king of flashlight, the Wizard C2 Pro, I would say not really, and here is why. First of all, no thermal but rather timed step down. This is a huge drawback for me. Second thing is the charging. It poses some problems, especially when you like to charge almost fully charged battery. The Skilhunt won't charge it after it achieves 4.14 volts, so yeah, it loses some potential, and this magnetic charging port is really prone to some disalignment, so be careful not to disengage it while charging, because it also may cause you some problems. The third thing is actually no glass over the optics, which is obviously a standard here on the Wizard. This is a glass, okay? So it might also be prone to scratching the optics. For those of you who are looking for a true neutral white, well, then the Skilhunt has advantage, because Wizard does not offer 5000K version, only 5700K or 4000K. Here is the pure 5000K and 6500K if you're interested in this version. So it also has a little bit wider optic and more intense hotspot, as you'd seen on the beamshot section. So it is a little bit different, but honestly, because the price is almost identical, Wizard is not much more expensive, then definitely I would save some dollars and buy the well-known and proven Wizard rather than the Skilhunt. It might have some advantages for you, for example lightweight, but for me definitely Wizard has true advantages for enthusiasts, and I would not recommend the H300 over Wizard. Not at all. So guys, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section down below. As always guys, thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for more videos to come. Stay safe, and we will see you in the next one.